And within the dark, infected Biggie stands.
Infected Biggie, dude.
And within the dark, infected Biggie stands. Quincy is kinda devastating, as they're the leaders of Vibe City, and not only have they lost both
Well, to be fair, it's called Vibe City. I hope they all do horrible.
of their sons, but they inevitably will lose all of the people in town to the infection, with them being infected as well.
LeBron, Raymond James, every time you touch the ball, you make me go insane.
What is the Trolls Infection AU? Fellas, someone told me to react to this, bruh. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really kind of excited. I know what Trolls is, obviously. My little siblings watch, like, the movies, right? I know Branch... Poppy annoys the shit out of me. I try to get those movies a while, but Poppy, I cannot deal with Poppy. Poppy genuinely annoys the fuck out of me. Branch is cool. I guess the glitter short troll is cool. The fat goblin guy who couldn't get a girlfriend. No, I think it was the fat goblin girl who couldn't get a boyfriend, and then she found a fat goblin guy who was like a king or something. The Backstreet Boys era, where like they were making like stuff. I remember one specific scene where Branch said, "Singing killed my grandma," and then his grandma died because he sang. I'm curious, do you think when the trolls sing like rap and stuff, do you think they say the N-word? Is that like a thing they do? I'm being so dead ass. Like, do the trolls recognize the nuances of saying slurs, or they just don't give a fucking let it rip? Either way, I don't care. I'm just curious. I feel like it'd be funny if I see Poppy just rip out like a mean slur singing like, I don't know, bro. Like Kendrick Lamar's "We're Gonna Be Alright" or some shit. You feel me? But fellas, this was done by, or the cover is done by Ty Records, right? Lol. Why is he laughing at me? No one knows. But this is the original AU. If I could click on it, you know what? It's credited by Chair Noises, I guess. Lock in.
After doing videos on the AUs you guys have been requesting,
But I knew about the Sonic one. I've seen this one. I didn't see this one. If you want me to watch that one, let me know.
I've noticed one terrible truth about all of them. Nobody's safe.
I guess. Thank you, Mr. Ty.
And don't worry, I'll try to cover all of the AUs being sent to me. I just had a cold come up out of nowhere, but right now...
This freaky ass. I just imagine some little child who likes My Little Pony, or like some grown-ass brony, right, just stumbling across these not knowing and seeing their comfort characters and their childhood essentially turned asunder. I wonder.
This story takes place in the world of trolls. Before things get dark, I want you guys to keep in mind that trolls are tiny, bright, colorful creatures.
I need Poppy to die. I'm sorry. I need Pop. She genuinely, like, no troll shit. Is that a pun? I guess. But bruh, I need Poppy to be exterminated. Let her be like the catalyst. Let her be like the first one gone. Let Branch, my guy Branch, be the main character, please.
Who basically live in a musical animated kingdom led by their queen, Poppy.
I hate her. She annoys the shit out of me.
There's also different tribes based on different musical genres like pop, rock, funk, and even hip-hop, where they live, sing, dance, hug, and value joy in their home more than anything else. But sadly, in this
What the fuck? It's in the water.
universe, everything joyful has been infected.
Ooh, with what?
The
AIDS?
AU starts off by giving us files.
Guys, I do remember this guy. Sanity 98%, status negative, stress 60%, health 100%, hunger 0. Shortly after that outbreak, Guy Diamond volunteered to take Poppy's place as the nanny for Pop Village's children. As more and more, okay.
Was loaded with some of the character stats.
Would be daddy. Must be like of John Berthal, bruh. Let me tell you something, Red. You don't want to hear whatever I think about my kids. Get them, daddy. Get every one of them. Let me tell you something, Red.
Presenting us with Guy Diamonds first. We can see that he's negative, so he luckily has not been infected, and we're shown his levels of sanity, stress, and health.
Okay.
But also, we can see that he's starving based off his hunger and thirst. Unfortunately,
He's gonna eat the child, isn't he?
It makes sense because, as you can see, he did volunteer to be the lead babysitter of all the children in the
Damn, Cuddy, I ain't gonna lie, Guy Diamond, they fucked up your BBL, bro. That should not even match in your waist.
village after the outbreak. So not only does he have his own kid to take care of now, but
he's a nanny,
he also has everyone else's, including the ones who've lost their parents. Imagine if one dad had to make sure more than 50 kids were clean, fed, entertained, and put to rest. I can see why he's in distress.
Thank you, Ty.
Poppy's kinda doing—
Why is she alive, bro? Damn it! Is Branch back yet? Wait, is Branch dead? Wait, what? No! Why, bruh? Whatever. Sanity, 70%. Stress, 85%. Ha. Health, 94. Should be 0. Hunger, 20%. Thirst, 10%. Distraught over Branch's disappearance and overwhelmed by the rapidly growing numbers of infected and probably feels defeated. Refers to failures. Queen, yeah, you really probably did fail. You know, I don't even know the concept, but you probably did.
doing well.
Now she isolates herself from everyone else in the
pretty
book.
healthy, but she's been starving herself as well. Mostly
Good.
because not only is her boyfriend Branch missing,
The goat missing.
she's been feeling like a failure as the queen.
Which she is.
Obviously because of how many people are being infected. It's gotten so bad, she's even isolated herself away from everyone. She even says, "Is Branch back yet?" whenever someone comes and checks on
You're gonna add more like emotion to that, my man Ty. Is Branch back yet? Damn, Mr. Lol. Damn, Ty.
her.
Not
If you watch any of the Trolls series, you know that this is kinda outlandish for her to do. They're all about happiness and staying close to one another. They even have a bracelet that lets them know to hug each other every single day, which lets us know
Dude, why is my man caked up? Oh my lordy.
how dark this AU's going to be going forward.
I'm excited.
Poppy's boyfriend, Branch,
Oh
has
my
been
God.
missing days before the outbreak, and we'll learn more about that soon.
Okay.
On the other hand, King Peppy,
Damn.
who's Poppy's father,
He's positive. Oh, oh no, he has AIDS.
looks very emotional and is sadly in stage 1 of the infection.
No.
One interesting thing I noticed is that he also has a new stat compared to everyone else being recorded labeled aggression, which possibly could be a trait from the infection.
I would assume so.
I'm guessing when he first found out he was infected, to make sure his daughter and everyone else was safe, he'd separated the infected from the non-infected. And if you watched the first movie, you'll know that this isn't everyone's first time being in Branch's bunker, because he built it for protection against these creatures called the Bergens that ate trolls to stay
The Bergens. I forgot their name. I just called them goblins.
happy, way back before they were allies. But anyways,
I wonder how the Bergens are doing this infection.
Pepe seems to be coughing blood, and with tears coming down his face, he says, "I must find Creek. All my life I've been running and hiding, and I refuse to be that man anymore."
Well, picked a pretty shitty time to finally, move forward with your, little New Year's resolution, buddy. Like, it took I never got that. It took a whole infection, your kingdom being turned asunder, for you to finally change as a person. You're a shitty dude.
So he grabbed his lantern
Got no gun?
one late night and entered the troll forest on a mission saying, "Branch, Creek, where are you?" After a while, Creek was finally found,
That motherfucker Creek about to be like stomped out, bruh. You about to be a zombie.
but in a condition
Yeah,
we've
found, yeah.
never seen him in before.
Bro, I'm not tripping. I promise you I'm not that mad after we lost, bro.
Eyes wide, smiling in the dark.
Holy shit, that might be a little bit unsettling, a little bit. Holy fuck. POV, super seniors when the freshman enters a school, gang. Ooh, people when you open gum in class, bruh.
Like he's been waiting for this moment.
Boy best friends when the boy best friends when the boyfriend fucks up.
Peppy went missing that night.
No, dumbass went for the fucking lantern. No gun, no stick, no sword. Cause he went with a lantern and thought he was gonna pull some crazy shit. I'm done running. I'm done hiding. Cause he died immediately. You suck. Out my shoulder.
Meanwhile, BergenTown Medical Sciences puts out a public announcement for their citizens due to high concerns.
Yeah.
Be advised, the broadcast you're going to watch are showing off the results of the scientists' research.
Okay.
Keep in mind that they are 100% confident that they have found the truth behind the infection, confirming to us that it's not a virus, but it's in fact a pathogenic fungus.
I mean, to be fair, doesn't the pathogenic fungus release a virus?
Called Pontus fungus. Just know that this fungus changes the behavior within its victims, and its main target are small organisms because of their soft tissue, and infected will all have different symptoms depending on your size.
That's cool. That's super. So does it affect also like bugs and stuff? Desired hosts are small organisms made up of soft tissue. So, well, not really, because bugs and insects have like exoskeletons, so they're not really soft. What else? Like snails? Oh god, snails. Oh, so wait, are the I'm assuming the trolls are going to be like the things that attack the the burgundy goblins, I think. The Bergens. I'm assuming so. Now I'm curious, what is there between a Hoodie Dude Detour? I gotta know this. Oh, I was wrong. Hoodie Dude, you got cooked. You got proven. Shut the fuck up, buddy. All right, you loser. All right, go to sleep.
Trolls with the fungus will experience swelling, hair
Big back.
loss, self-destruction,
Oh,
leaking fungal matter from their orifices,
you mean orifices?
which basically is mold and fungi coming out of all and
Ew.
every hole in your body.
Even the tip?
And I'm not going into detail. The
Thank you, Ty. I'm not going into detail. Top fucking Ty.
virus can be spread from spores on the skin and more easily
I thought you said it just wasn't a virus, Ty. No, I'm playing. Let me chill. Let me
through
watch.
skin-to-skin contact. They also say something interesting,
Whose build is this?
which are vacationers and other creatures are immune or if not have minor
The cloud guy.
symptoms compared to trolls. But another thing is, Rageons are banned from entrance. And the Bergens broadcasted this emergency warning for the citizens.
This is a crazy setup. I like it.
We interrupt our current program by the demand of the BergenTown State Militia. This
BergenTown State
is
Militia.
an emergency announcement to alert BergenTown residents.
Okay.
This is not a drill. All programs have been interrupted. Please listen carefully for further instructions.
Attention BergenTown residents. At 2:53 a.m. February 4th, authorities have been alerted to a recent surge of
Bro,
Rageon
give me the fucking instructions, you dickhead.
sightings in the northern BergenTown area. These incidents pose a serious threat to public safety.
No shit.
We urge all residents to stay inside and exercise extreme caution at all times. Local law enforcement agencies are actively investigating these incidents and deploying additional resources to address the situation. However, we urge everyone to take proactive measures to safeguard themselves and their families through the following methods. Lock all doors and windows. Turn off all room lights. Gather everyone away from doors and windows. Additionally, we encourage residents to remain armed with a lethal weapon and to keep fully covered if available.
Loud sound alert. Okay.
You hear knocking at any door or window? Do not answer. Remain calm and
I ain't gonna lie, son. Thank you for putting. I feel like I would have looked around like, huh? Could he would have broke my neck.
stay out of sight.
Yeah, and that physique is crazy though. Like, golly, cut he straight legs. Thank you, Ty. That actually would have got me. That actually would have fucking got me. That would
Has
have
entered your home.
told you. Shut up, Ty.
Do not panic. Remain calm and stay out of sight. You have been cornered by a Rageon. Fight and do not let the Rageon leave open wounds.
Rageon Rondo ruining it for everybody. God damn it, Rageon. I liked your game too.
You possess a firearm and spot a Rageon at any location. Aim and fire the target on
New mic, bro. How was sounding?
sight. Do not stop until the Rageon is no longer moving.
Thank you.
If you witness any suspicious activity
Shoot it again.
or signs of an
Damn, could he develop titties?
attack, please do not hesitate to contact emergency services immediately. Your cooperation is crucial in ensuring the safety and security of our community. We advise avoiding isolated areas, traveling in groups whenever possible, and refraining from engaging with any potential infected threats. Please stay tuned to local news outlets and official channels for updates and safety advisories. Together, we can work to mitigate this threat and protect our community from harm. Stay safe. Remember, finding the cure starts with you.
Starts with me, Cuddy. You know what you mean? Starts with me, Cuddy. It starts with you, buddy. Do your job. No, I'm playing. You don't look like I got a degree, buddy. I'm not no doctor. I'm a YouTuber. I'll be damned if you like. If the government asks, fighting the cure is on you. It's on all of us. Us? You probably made the shit. Let me chill. Shitty ass internet. Oh, coulda got doxxed.
The recording ends here with a Rageon knocking on their window, most likely because of their lights being on.
Dumbass.
Their fate is unknown.
I think it's pretty known. That these are dead. They got packed up, bro. They got put 6 feet under, bro.
Before the emergency broadcast I just showed you, somebody hacked the last broadcast and put on a plethora of videos and messages. And ever since then, panic erupted amongst all nations.
Yeah, I would assume so.
The clip I'm about to show you caused mass hoardings of water bottles across all markets. There's even people using this to get an extra $1 out of this situation.
Yeah, I feel like that would happen in real life, actually. I can imagine the Pokemon scalpers, the scum of society, decides to come out of nowhere. Hey, I'm reselling water. Cut it, die. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Let a reseller try to resell me or sell some bullshit to me in the apocalypse. Cause you get hit with this hollow, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm not trying to act like I'm big, bad, tough guy. No. But at the same time, let a Pokemon scalper or a goddamn reseller come up to me on some crazy ass. Hey, I'm reselling these water bottles trying to make a fucking lick. Hey, Cuddy, I'm shooting your nuts out, bro. You getting sniped right where you stand, bro. Fucking Call of Duty Airstrike, bro. I'm calling the raps from BO3, gang. You cuts. Calling the damn hounds, bro. You're a bitch.
As people are so desperate for water, they're forced to buy from scalpers.
Shoot them. They're not forced to do anything. Shoot those guys and just blame it on the infection when they find their bodies.
Who are overpricing regular water bottles.
I'd be damned.
These scalpers are even taking cruel measures by putting air in the water, like they're doing a Lay's bag scheme.
That's crazy. I'm shooting them. Stuttering ass. Spit it out. This be y'all during popcorn reading, dumbasses. Hey, dude, I'm actually really good at reading. It's something that y'all would never say. No,
it's in the water.
Oh, I think you just fucked it up the thing, you know.
It's in the water. It's in the water.
The fungus?
It's in the water. It's in the water.
Thank you.
It's in the water.
Hey.
It's in the water.
Hey.
It's in the
King Puppy!
It's in the water. It's in the water. It's in
Cool, Poppy. Do you see me? I'm still here.
Branch is still alive, and he's reaching out to Poppy.
And he's saying, Branch is the GOAT, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's the GOAT!
The people. Now, in the next part, we get more information on the status of other characters.
Bridget, that was her name.
Now, Floyd is kind of doing good.
Okay, he's doing all right. Please, not the prisons. Oh, no, actually, I don't know.
But of course, is starving. And he's caught my eye as a suspicious character in this AU.
What you mean?
Because weeks before the outbreak, it says that he barricaded himself in his own home.
Bitch!
It's also been said that he's constantly on the internet, checking every location he knows of.
You think he watches Hoodie Dude videos? You think he's a Reddit user? He's a gooner.
And it's said he seemingly knows more than what's documented about the outbreaks. So Floyd barricaded himself, is cooking his water, and has alcohol and other cleaning products in his home. It's possible Floyd knows exactly how this started, and someone told him to do this. Which is why he says, please not the prisons. If you've seen the recent troll movie Band Together, you could see why Floyd would do something like this and betray the trolls by not telling them about the infection before it starts. Last time he was locked up, he almost lost his life, and this wouldn't be the first time
He's flying away.
a troll went out and betrayed his people to protect his own back, as this happened with Creek. When in the first film, Creek sold everybody else so that the Bergens eat them instead of him. Delta Dawn is doing horrible.
Thanks, Ty.
She's on stage 3 of the infection. which is the highest we've seen anyone yet, and it looks like she's been gruesomely gnawing and chewing on herself because there's some substance crawling under her skin like an itch so bad that scratching with your teeth is better than your nails.
Cool.
She's eating herself, saying not enough space, while also saying I need a bath. Now, one thing I know about mold and fungus is that they mature in water and they love it. Then this could be the reason why she wants a bath so bad.
That's a great fucking detail the creator added. That's really cool.
Queen Poppy, on the other hand,
Loser.
is doing way worse than a week before. She's still negative of the virus, but still is barely eating and also is way more stressed than before. She also says thank you Bridget, who's a very well-known Bergen, so she has moved to BergenTown and out of the bunker, which unfortunately means something went down at the bunker. Here, what happened to Essence and Quincy is kinda devastating, as they're the leaders of Vibe City, and not only have they lost both
Well, to be fair, it's called Vibe City. I hope they all do horrible.
of their sons, but they inevitably will lose all of the people in town to the infection, with them being infected as well. With them saying sorry, what did we do wrong?
Be a couple. Die.
While accepting the fate that the infection has for them. Compared to everyone else, Vibe City followed the rules more strictly. They wore masks, and they even did no social gatherings. But where they messed up, it also says that they've been taking baths daily.
Ah, shit. So, okay, that makes sense, because the fungi are better in baths. So, hygienic, that's crazy. Asmongold will outlive me in this hypothetical virus. I don't know how to feel about that. Fuck! No, let me show you.
And remember, it's in the water.
Thank you.
Techno Reef
I bet it was the Sony water. I bet it was Deer Park water. That shit tastes like ass.
has
It was school water.
fallen.
I can
It's
see
in
that.
the water. Symphonyville has been destroyed.
No.
The Bergens are immune to the fungus, so
Makes sense.
their kingdom is standing strong for now. And sadly, the virus is affecting trolls no matter where they go. Which brings us to Barbara, who's the queen of Rock City. She's negative with the virus and actually, believe it or not, doesn't even know what's going on around the world.
I ain't gonna lie, that would happen to me. I would not know what's going on, 'cause I live under a rock. I live in a boob. I ain't gonna lie.
She hasn't been eating, but it's most likely because it's revealed that her town is flooded. And Poppy and nobody have told her anything, which is why she says, is she ghosting me? So not cool.
Overthinking ass. This is what would happen to me.
And as she comes and checks on Poppy, she's walking through the bunker. And she says, yo, what happened here? Gnarly.
You better get snatched, dude, by Foxy, by King Puppy.
Then something grabs her and pulls her into the dark. Whoa, what are you doing? Back off, man! Get your hands off of me!
And she's cooked.
Stop! Stand back. I'm warning you, man. And within the dark, infected Biggie stands.
Infected Biggie, dude.
And within the dark, infected Biggie stands. Smiling,
That is unsettling, though. The art is phenomenal. I will say that.
watching her beg for mercy in his water. Now,
It is war. Look at what he.
and within the dark, infected Biggie stands. Smiling,
In delivery too. In the water, infected Biggie stands.
watching cities that are begging for mercy in his water. Now, I told you about the cities that are going to fall,
Yeah.
have been destroyed, and have been washed away, consumed by the fungus. But similar to the Bergens, one of them still stands.
Which one?
The home of the Rageons, also known as
The dentist.
teenagers within trolls. Now remember, the scientists told all nations to burn everything that's contaminated. But sadly, plastic doesn't burn.
It melts.
Just melts.
Yeah, and releases bad toxins, so they're fucked.
If you haven't noticed by now, the Reagan city was burned down due to contamination problems and other possible agendas. But no, this didn't fix the problem, because plastic stays after melting and spreads, which ironically is what the citizens did after it burned. Their
Thank you, Ty, for specifying that it burned, dude.
skin is made out of vinyl tapes. They are plastic, causing the survivors to spread amongst all nations, not fixing the believed problem at all.
That's cool.
In the next part, we're given more lore about the fungus. The Pontus fungus is not naturally aggressive. It doesn't attack unless prompted or given a good reason, which is when someone's usually in their territory, and only take control of a host so they can be taken.
This is me after eating fucking like Brussels sprouts, bro, or Twizzlers, or like them shits are nasty to me. Also, now it's another actually no, Twizzlers are not that bad. The black one, licorice. What's another bad candy? I cannot do like a majority of chocolate candies. I'm sorry. How could shut up? Shut up.
Into a body of water. It's almost like it's using their body as a taxi to just get in some water. Now it's clear why Delta Dawn wanted a bath so bad, and it felt like somebody was trying to get out of her skin. And this is when they show us what they look like. They are harmless, dark creatures. And it's revealed that they are only hostile when something is getting in the way of it maturing. And that brings us to the Rageons. The Rageons are special creatures to the fungus. Not only do they have vinyl plastic skin, but they also have no lungs, no veins, and no heart beating. And their skin can't absorb water, but the fungus can still make its way inside of their body. The only problem is, it needs water. The fungus will get more aggressive, but also wait until it can sprout, causing the Rageons to fight back by stretching and stretch and stretch.
Oh, fuck.
And stretch and never break until eventually the Pontus adapted. It has changed them and made them more hungry. More files are shown to us.
Wait, no, Ty, go back. Wait, now I'm curious though. Ty, you can't edge me like that.
Hungry.
Ty, man, you edging me, bro. Well, he just watched it, just like, whoa, what?
More files are shown
More files. Dude, he's funny. I like this.
to us. Starting out with John Dory, who's pretty healthy but just badly injured. It seems that he was trying to get away from everybody and all of the infection stuff, but is sadly forced to be stuck here. Who doesn't want to leave his brother behind, who actually took care of him after he was caught by a Rageon mob and got beaten up and barely was able to escape and survive. Now, John's brother Bruce, on the other hand,
I miss my kids, man. It's getting real as fuck in the Trolls Infection AU gang.
Infected, but misses his family a lot. And wants to leave, but doesn't want to leave his brother behind.
Fuck him, not playing.
But sadly, he isolates himself in a box all day, so they'll never both know that they both want to leave and leave. Clay is probably doing the best out of any troll.
Stay gold, pony boy. The Outsiders is crazy.
He's been babysitting, reading books, and making sure he's getting enough fun. Viva is probably my favorite character off this look alone, but is looking...
That is a cool design. That is a really cool design.
Out of everyone.
Reminds me of like the Clash Royale archer. Or the huntress.
She is Poppy's sister, so I'm not surprised that she's doing well, or kinda doing well, as she doesn't really trust anybody after finding herself trapped for a second time after leaving the golf course.
No, that's valid.
Clay convinced her to leave with him after he wanted to take a tour of the destroyed Mount Regis, but since they're trapped, she doesn't really trust anybody anymore, not even her own body, as she's experiencing ticking and also experiencing random faints. She feels like she lost all control of herself, and the only thing calming her down is drawing with Clay. Branch is still alive and is seemingly using a staple gun as a weapon.
That's cool. That's my goat.
His health is not looking too good, as it's at 35%, but he's been eating well and he's also pretty sane.
That's my goat.
Then again, he still has lost a huge chunk of one of his ears.
That's fine. That's my goat,
saying,
bruh.
She's gotta be out there still. I just know it.
Ah, you deserve better than Poppy. Take me.
It turns out he's been in Rageon City the whole time, which they now call Melting City.
That's cool.
He's been fighting with others, and not only has he been losing a lot of blood, but a lot of friends. And sadly, he's alone right now and defenseless because he ran out of bullets.
Ah, shit.
So all it's gonna have to take is Poppy to find him. Then there's a follow on our first Rageon, who's named Kid Ritz. He's extremely healthy, but he's really sad because he misses his mom, who he probably lost during the meltdown of the
Yeah, I would assume so. She got melted.
city. All he thinks about are the fires and sirens and the monsters that all were once called his friends. And he was found hiding in the corner of a walk-in freezer, shivering. Surprisingly, Veneer shows up in this AU after confessing to the whole Mount Rageons that him and his sister were torturing trolls. They were arrested and put in prison, but to be honest, his sister was kind of the mastermind and manipulative one. But anyways, the status on whether or not he's infected is said to be unclear for the first time.
Yeah, he is. He's infected. Every time it says unclear, I'm assuming he's gonna be infected.
We
Kill him.
don't even know his current health or whether or not he's insane or not. And all he keeps saying is, "This is all my fault, Vels. I'm so sorry. I did this to us." So he's kind of beating
Yeah, I would assume. I think he's kind of lost it, or at least on the edge.
himself up over confessing to a crime that him and his sister were partaking in. And the prison has been completely abandoned ever since the outbreak for at least 2 weeks now. So of course, he's not eating. And his sister won't leave him alone. Meanwhile, this kid is asking their guardian if they could go across the street and play some arcade games. And they're like, okay, just make sure you bring John Dory with you. And if you hear anything, run back over here right away. And then they go and argue about which Street Fighter character they want to play as. Then the AU takes us back to Veneer's dialogue, where he says, "Ves, I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I did this to you. I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
She got affected bad.
I'm sorry I did this. I did this to you. I'm so sorry I did this to you. I didn't mean for this to happen." And on the other side of the cell, infected, is his sister.
Mr. Fantastic when he gets schizophrenia.
Breathing heavily and uncanny.
That's a really cool design, though. I'm not gonna hold you. Also, she can't break out of the cell. She kind of stretched a bit.
Watching him.
Also, when she's in prison with the toilet water, with the fungi being inside of that, did she bathe in toilet water?
The other side. Seemingly trying to get in, even biting the bars. She stops.
Oh, shit.
Says, "Are we still stars?"
You could be a star in like the Thing movie, I guess. But this is really well done. I'm really surprised.
Meanwhile, in BergenTown, Chanel tells Poppy, "We need to show you something." They turn on the TV for her and it's just static and white noise. After showing her what was on the TV, they look at her and say, "Poppy?" Poppy's crying, most likely from what she's seen on the TV, which was probably a message from Branch, showing Poppy where he's at and the condition he's in. That's when Satin tries to say, "Poppy, and then she cuts him off saying, "We gotta go after him. He's trying to warn us. We have to find him and save everyone else." And after she's done, he says, "Poppy, Gristle, we're not gonna leave him behind, right?" Gristle, on the other hand, who feels remorse and sad for Poppy, looks at Satan because hoping that he'll be the one to say what she knows will hurt Poppy's feelings. "Poppy, we can't afford the risk."
Fuck y'all. Nah, I'm playing. I get it.
"We'll look into it later though, okay? I'll check up on you later, Poppy."
She better go by herself.
The door slams shut and Satan starts yelling.
Wait, what?
"I told you, we should have never said a word." That's when Gristle says, "And what? Lie to my best friend? You jerk."
Hey, shout out Gristle. Real
As
one.
Poppy listens in despair, she says in her mind, "I can't accept this." Picks up her coat and says, "I gotta find Branch.
Finally.
Whether they go with me or I go alone."
When she dies immediately, she turns like her father, King Poppy. "I can't. I'm not really going no more." Could have got cooked. Immediately got cooked in the ISO.
It's been a couple days since Poppy
What the fuck? Her design is fire. Hold on, she growing on me?
left BergenTown and were given a status on their current state.
Her design is cool
She
as hell.
seems like she's handling herself pretty well with her scissors. And let's not forget, in the world of trolls, even without the infection, there are still a lot of dangerous creatures out there that Poppy has to protect herself from.
Yeah.
But it's also revealed that every time she kills an infected, her heart hardens, which
She gets stronger.
means that she's getting colder as a person. She's starting to lose her joy and not see the world as cupcakes and rainbows anymore.
Yeah, I would assume so. All her friends are most likely dead. She's probably seen some unknown horrors.
Saying, I'm not giving up on him now. He must be trapped somewhere with working cell towers. King Gristle Jr. is sad because he has to do what he has to do as a king.
Yeah, it
and
makes sense.
sadly, not everyone's gonna like it,
No duh.
including his own girl Bridget. But all he's basically saying is, you would understand if you were in my shoes. He has constant fights with her, so his relationship's not doing so well right now. And then also, he's a king during an outbreak. So of course, he's very stressed. And on top of that, the Bergens, not only do they have their citizens, but they also have all of the troll citizens moving into their town as well. Guy Diamond is back. If you
Oh, what the fuck?
remember, he was the village's babysitter.
Yeah.
But now, none of the babies are found.
How'd you lose them?
A lot of Bergen children are disappearing along with trolls, and he is very stressed over this and
They about to execute this. You had one job.
actually has been let go from being a nanny because he's just unstable.
That man, you suck.
And he's frantically looking for Tiny Diamond and Keith, who are missing.
Oh, they're dead, dude.
Chanel is
They're
not
turned into someone's calorie, bruh. Someone's like protein shake.
doing too well and is very stressed. She's pretty healthy but is not eating as she sits on the other side of her sister. Separated by a glass door, her twin is infected
Yeah, I can see that little dumbass.
and she won't let her go. Her sister Satin is in stage 3 right now currently and keeps saying need more space to grow.
The fun guy.
Because the fungus needs room
The
to grow
art
and
is
mature
phenomenal.
or it'll
Holy
get
moly.
angry. As you can see, she's been chewing and nibbling on herself, and
Ow.
black substance has been coming out of her body, which is said to be her dead tissue and cells of blood. In the next part, we
Cool.
see Tiny Diamond, who again
Oh,
was
he's cooked.
separated from his father, is now running through the forest at night. It seems
How did you get in this scenario, Tiny?
like he's being chased by something, and then he hits a dead end and fortunately finds Keith. And as he's going to hide with him, he hears some gurgling. And as he looks over, he sees a nasty fusion of Biggie and Barb.
Oh.
And sadly, Barb gets stabbed through the eye and stepped on by a monster. And as the beast growls, Tiny Diamond hides for his life while listening to it devour and consume Queen Barb and Biggie. That's when the creature leaks its way towards Tiny behind
Oh,
the
that's the plastic shit.
tree
That is
and says,
horrified.
"Found you." And as it's about to consume the tiny little troll, bang! It gets shot in the face. And as that mysterious
Oh.
gun that shot that monster reloads, Tiny catches himself on the ground, and as he gets up, he hears, "Well, hey there, little guy." And as he wipes his coat, he says, "You're pretty far away from home, aren't you? Now, don't mind me, girl starving." Later that night, they were found.
Wait, what?
It says they were only gone for 36 hours. The only one they could interview was Tiny, who was too deep in distress and could only say he remembers a tall man with long hair and a printed gun.
A leopard printed firearm is insane. This has got to be a GTA player, bruh. It's me.
Meanwhile, more
It's
and
a
more
pimp.
kids are increasingly going missing in BergenTown. And the trolls in town are getting more and more outraged by the fact that their kids are going missing.
That makes
And
sense.
also Poppy is missing, creating graffiti like this saying, "Bring back Poppy." As more and more citizens get angry, they're starting to lose hope in Gristle and Bridget's leadership. Rumors are also going around that are angering people that Chef is back and is working in the disposal unit for the Bergens. If you didn't watch the first movie, just
Oh, the OG?
know that Chef is an evil Bergen
Yeah.
who thought the only way for them to be happy is to
Eat trolls.
trolls who are always happy, and didn't want to learn how to be happy. She just wanted to eat. But either way,
Big back.
most of the trolls are completely angry with the Bergens because they're not telling them exactly why Poppy went missing, and they're kind of being Hollywood about it. The townspeople are basically being hit with the, "Yeah, she'll be back pretty soon, just hold on for a sec." We're shown a file for Smidge, who's basically rallying up all of her comrades to form a rage group who
So she's basically like A freedom fighter.
Basically
Cool.
are mad over
Bring them both to the gates.
the fact that Poppy is gone.
This is really well done, though. I'm sorry if I'm not like reacting to it much. Like, dude, I'm genuinely invested in this shit now.
And they're probably
I'm
the
liking
ones that
it.
are doing the spray painting around the town.
More than likely, yeah. Imagine someone tried to do graffiti, but their handwriting was dog shit. Huh?
Guy Diamond is back again.
Oh, finally, the shitty nanny.
And doesn't look mentally stable, and he also is not able to see his son after they found him, and he
Why?
kinda has a lot of resentment towards the whole foundation that is doing that. He's worried that he can't see his son, and while also hearing rumors that Chef is back, he doesn't want his son to get eaten. But little does he know is that Tiny Diamond is the reason why
Diamond stud earrings are crazy. Kind of finna rob. You're right.
he can't see his son. He's not talking or answering any of the questions, so it seems like he's unstable. He's even gotten his hair cut because he doesn't even feel right. So out of the protection of everyone else, he's been isolated. Keith hasn't said anything. They can't get anything out of him, and he really barely ever says anything in the series.
So it's fine.
At least in the movies, from what I know. And now it's revealed that Chef is in fact alive.
No, duh. I think you already said it.
She's a part of the disposal team, and it seems like she's kind of enjoying it. All her job is just to burn the infective, and clearly by what she's saying, it's not like they'll be missed.
You know what? That's valid, though.
She's loving her job.
That does make sense, though. Like, just release a bunch of murderers out whenever, like, the zombie apocalypse is out. Just, you know, they're gonna die anyways. I might as well make use of them. They're pretty bad people. So, low-key, not a bad idea.
Well,
But it does seem random. Is it?
burning trolls. She also seems to be doing something with the dead bodies, as it
Oh, probably. She's probably eating them.
says she has a untapped market with them, which means that she's probably eating the remains.
Yeah, more than likely. Little freak Bob.
Now we learn what's been happening with the kids.
Oh, yeah, they're fucked. They're dead.
Val and King Peppy have been taking the kids, most likely probably because they heard Chef was back in the Bergen. It's also revealed that Diamond actually got his kid back, but he's giving him away to keep him safe.
I thought he was affected.
And as they head back to BergenTown, they're walking through the woods,
Why?
and they're hearing some
Why are you walking in the woods, you fucking idiot? Whatever.
ringing bells. And that's when we see this horrifying monster with the wallet of Rachel's on the ground. And they look over, hearing mauling
Kill them. They deserve it, dude. They're walking into the woods by themselves in a fucking zombie apocalypse.
and crunching noises.
Oh, geez.
And as they watch, they say, "Oh, Rachel,
Oh, Rachel.
poor girl." And it looks up at them.
Cool. So, why did they speak instead of running away and hide? Oh, there we go. Rest in peace. My chopped. Yes. Bruh, she gotta be this, that, and the third, bruh. I'm for real the prize. He gotta be this, that, and the third. I'm the prize. This be y'all, bro. Y'all both sides of the same coin, cuddy. Y'all both chopped. Average UK person. I wonder, average Spider-Man main, cuddy. He's always chopped. But dude, aren't you a Spider-Man main? Fuck you.
In the frost, it rests in peace with skin stolen from the children.
Oh, isn't that dope? Yeah, I just imagine a child just getting nightmares from these videos. It's hilarious.
The beautiful dove in snow, quietly, alone.
So is she saying all this to like the fucking trolls, or is she saying it to me? Also, I never got that. What are like? I don't remember like the much of the series. Was she always just articulate, or is the Fungal like part Shakespeare? You know what I mean? Because it blows my mind, and it's so funny to me that sometimes whenever like a random, not a dumb character, but like a character who's like, you know, just a normal character, not really all like articulate, right? Doesn't really use crazy rhetoric in terms of like, you know, speaking properly, speaking like crazy poetic. Doesn't speak in Jalen Hurts quotes, you know what I mean? But all of a sudden they get infected by this fun guy, God, whatever the case may be, and all of a sudden they turn into Shakespeare. They turn into Kendrick Lamar when it comes to this writing.
Afraid,
Sure.
asleep. Where are the mothers, the owners who've manifested the children?
Like, where did this come from, gang?
who now sleep in the snow.
They're probably dead.
Why do you blame me?
I mean, look at you. Is it the fungus talking or Rachel? You're gonna jump at me.
I'm scared of the feet I walk with,
Oh.
the teeth I grew in. I want to cry too.
I'm assuming that's Rachel talking, not the fungus, because I don't think the fungus would cry. I think the fungus will like the tears because, you know, it's water, it's moist. Oh. Oh, there it is.
Back at the prison cell where Veneer is staying at, Vel is looking through the bars, infected. And as she looks at him, she begins to break the bars.
Finally.
Easily. Veneer, who's distracted by drinking toilet water, starts to realize she's breaking in, and he gets completely scared. And she breaks all the bars on the cell, saying, "Vel, stop. I give up. I'm so sorry.
You're cooked, gang.
All you wanted was to be seen.
He's gonna die.
Be loved. And I took that away from you. Just do it already, Velvet!" And she goes in for what it seems to be the kill. But in all real reality, it's a hug.
What?
And just like that, Veneer and infected Vel escape the abandoned prison, with his status being surprisingly changed to immune. Back at
That's hard as fuck! That's hard as fuck! The text, the fuck! I go, that is hard. That's hard. The pose?
And just like that, Veneer and infected Vel escape the abandoned
That's hard as
prison,
hell!
with his status being surprisingly changed to immune.
Ah! What
Back
the
at the
fuck?
Bergen castle, Bridget and Gristle are asleep.
They're about to get assassinated, aren't
And
they?
Bridget wakes up and says, babe, Gristle, wake up.
Infected?
And fails to wake him up, but then she starts to monologue and think about everything that's going on.
You better
She
leave him?
starts to talk about how she doesn't feel like they're doing enough, but also they're on the good and bad side. How people
He's
are looking
infected.
at them as the worst people ever, but also their saviors. She says as a brigand, she's used to people running away from her, and now she's getting used to people coming up to her and greeting her and loving her. And then she
He's
says,
affected.
I hope Poppy's doing well.
He's affected.
But I guess you're doing good right now, babe.
Yeah, he's affected. I don't know what happened to him.
Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So,
But he killed himself.
good night. But only if little Bridget knew that sleeping was the last thing on the king's mind. How can a king sleep when the infection has gotten to the sheep? I hope you guys
Wait, what?
infection has gotten to the sheep.
I guess. I don't know.
I hope you guys enjoyed.
Bro, this was fire as fuck. What the hell? Why was this so well done? I didn't expect. There were silly moments. I ain't gonna lie. The whole king, I'm done running away, and then he got caught, busted. Kind of funny. The whole Veneers thing, trope, that was funny. Oh, Rachel. That's also hilarious. Rachel turning into a poet mid-series, or not mid-series, mid-infection. That's also kind of funny. You never spoke a day in your life this crazy, and now all of a sudden you turn into a goddamn navy blue with your writing. You know what I mean? Shout out Navy Blue the rapper. If you know, you know. Like, what the hell? But fellas, this is done. Ty? Is it Ty or Tyree? I mean, whatever. I'm gonna call him Ty. I mean, whatever name it. But this was done. The cover was phenomenal. I like it. It's funny as fuck. I done the Plants vs Zombies Infection AU or Horror AU, and now the Trolls Infection AU. If there's other AUs you want me to watch, let me know. Let me know. But fellas, this is fire as fuck. I'm liking these Infection AUs, gang. They're so cool. I like when they're well done. Let's say that. I mean, that's kind of the bare minimum. Like when stuff is good or well done. That's kind of whatever. But fellas, that's gonna wrap up today's video, bro. I love y'all to death, bro. Thank you for allowing me to do this every day. If you like the video, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, man, love y'all. Peace. Bye.